What's going on, YouTube? Thanks for clicking on the video and thanks for visiting again. In this video, I'll be making my first ever round shaped tabletop. So let's get to it. Like every other project, it starts with a quick trip to the lumberyard, and I purchased 2x spruce material. Now, I don't have video of the actual glue up, but if you've seen my other videos, it's very straightforward. So I began the video with me actually patching up some of the knots and holes in these boards. Up next, I gotta figure out the center point so I can trace around it and make a circle for the cutout. Since this will be a 4-foot table or 48 inches, I took a scrap piece of wood and marked out 24 inches to use as my guide to trace out the circle. To ensure I follow the cut line pretty accurately with my jigsaw, I decided to make a quick little jig out of some scrap piece of plywood that I had and attach some blocks around the jigsaw so that it wouldn't move as I made the cut, as you'll see here. Since the jigsaw leaves some pretty nasty edges, I had to clean up all the edges with my router using a flush trim bit. And because the bit is not long enough, you'll see me flip over the table and finish it off. Up next, I have to make the apron for this table out of this 12-foot long board. Now, to bend the wood, I need to make some curve cuts, and I use this handy little website that calculates all the precise measurements for the curves that you have to make along the board, which will enable you to make a perfect circle. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description, so keep an eye out for that. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little nerve-wracking bending the wood around this tabletop. Nevertheless, it turned out alright. Now, I'm just using the tabletop as a mold here. Later, you'll see me make a channel into the tabletop where the apron will actually sit inside of. As you can see, I'm reusing the piece of plywood as a guide to help me cut out this channel. Here I'm just rounding over all the sharp edges before I add the support pieces under this table. Even though the apron will be secured using pocket hole screws, I decided to add some glue in the channel for added security. Now this is the main piece that I'll use to attach the tabletop to the pedestal. And again, just figuring out the center point here. Now let's test it out before we proceed. From the bottom, it's secure. For the stain, I used Minwax's Special Walnut, and after it dried, I used a couple coats of General Finishes Armor Seal, which is a mixture of oil and urethane, and of course I sanded in between coats for a super smooth finish.